So, once again, Facts or Not sponsored by RogueShop.com. You guys head over to RogueShop.com for all of your lovely medicinal purposes. And we'll get into it like this. Let's kick it off by going facts or nah. Auburn wins the turnover battle in this game. How do y'all feel about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go nah on this one. They're not really generating turnovers enough for me to think that this is going to be the team they're going to turn over. I think Stetson Bennett has got 5 touchdowns to 1 interception so far this season, so he's not really turning it over. They've got all these monsters at tight end. I don't know, man. Nah, nah. I hope the turnover. I hope there are no turnovers. Period. And that's probably Auburn's best scenario in this one.
I'm going to have to go nah here as well. Even though Georgia's been turning the ball over a lot lately, so has Auburn. And we have a lot of young guys, key positions on our offense. The offense is starting to come around, but as I was concerned last week with new guys, different stuff we're doing on offense, there's room for mistakes, and mistakes were made. I'm not saying that we turn the ball over 4 times this weekend like we did last, but I don't expect us to actually win the turnover battle. Again, to Mike G's point, we're not turning a lot of people over a lot, and we're giving the ball away. That's just a bad recipe to even argue that we can win the turnover battle, especially on the road. First road game of the season against a very, very formidable opponent against Georgia, so I'm going to go nah.
This is y'all's first road game? That's crazy. I'm going to go nah as well. I think that Georgia cleans it up. I think the Russian attack gets going and doesn't have to rely on Stetson so heavily, which, helps lessen that turnover load.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one. We've just been way too turnover prone this season, even though I do feel like we may force at least one turnover this weekend. I have a feeling we're going to give it back a couple of times. Auburn just cannot seem to get out of their own way when it comes to turnovers. So I do expect more than one turnover, unfortunately, to happen this weekend. I'm going to go nah.
All right, fellas, facts or nah? Auburn's defense holds Stetson Bennett to 275 yards passing or less this weekend. No more than 275.
Very interesting number.
I'm up first to that. That is a very interesting number because he's gone over 250, I want to say, in almost every game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go nah. I think, like I said, they're going to have to rely on the running game, but if Auburn watches any film from last week, you can shut down that running game quick. You're going to have to rely on Stetson to somebody's going to have to get yards, right? So I'm going to go nah, but it's going to be, it's close. I'm thinking 285 for Stetson. It's going to be close.
Okay.
It's a good one, Mike.
I'm going nah here as well because I think Auburn's best bet is to Paul's point, is to actually limit their yards on the ground. I think Georgia has shown that they're willing to depend on Stetson Bennett's passing. They will throw the ball early and often throughout the game if they have to move the chains. And so I think the result of that will be them actually getting over a lot amount of yards through the air. But I think Auburn's strategy isn't to necessarily try to limit them through the air as much as they is to stop them running the ball down their throat. That is how Georgia actually pulled away last year. They were able to run the ball effectively in the second half. So as long as they're able to limit them on the ground, I think Auburn has a shot. I'm gonna go nah here for passing though.
I'm gonna actually say facts on this one. Stetson does not get to 275 this game. I think 250 is a good number. 260 is a good number. I don't know that he'll get to 275. Not because I don't have trust in Stetson Bennett. So Georgia fans, before you go absolutely berserk in the comments telling us about how Stetson owns Auburn or whatever other nonsense that you bark in the back of your heads, I am not saying that. Yes, that was a shot at Georgia fans there. But I am thinking that Georgia's going to have a more balanced attack. They're going to try to get the run going, and I don't think that he gets to 275 in this one.
Listen, I came through. I thought I was going to be the only one.
No,
But I'm going facts on this one, baby. Jaden Daniels had 80 yards passing last week, only 5 in the second half. That's obviously going to carry over this week because that's how sunshine pumps work. So we're going to shut them down. No passing yards for anybody. The receivers are all going to fall down on their routes. Auburn holds Stetson Bennett to 220 in this one. And they have to find a running game.
All right, guys. Facts or nah? Auburn scores a touchdown, at least a touchdown, in the second half of this game.
I'm going to go facts on this one. Again, different offense, different quarterback, different system, different wide receivers. I think that turns into at least one touchdown in the second half. This is where we're at. Second half points have not been easy to come by for Auburn, but Georgia is not exactly shutting people down in the second half of games. So if Robbie Ashford continues his maturation process as a quarterback, one touchdown, even if it's in garbage time. Yeah, I'm going facts.
Nah. I mean, it's like there's three things you can count on in life, like death, taxes, and Auburn not scoring in the second half, fourth quarter, especially.
That's accurate.
By Brian Harsin. I mean, it's the truth. I think Georgia by the second half. You said fourth quarter, second half. Either way, it's not.
Second half.
I think Georgia will have had Robbie Ashford's number by then, and go from there.
Okay. So, all right. We'll see.
Going facts, man. We're going to get the score in the second half this time, man. It's going to be on the second drive of the second half. Auburn scores a touchdown this weekend.
Passing or running?
It will be a running touchdown.
Okay.
Jarquez Hunter
runs
for a touchdown. Second drive of the second half.
All right. You heard that, Paul? Paul? I'm gonna have to go facts here, gentlemen. Auburn has to. They have to start scoring in the second half, and I think they get it done this game. It starts this game. They will address that. I know this has been a big bugaboo for the offense, but I definitely see it coming. This game, we definitely get a touchdown, and it's not again in garbage minutes either. It's not because the game is out of hand. It's actually because Auburn is in the game, making a difference. So I'm going facts.
Facts or not? Quick from the comment section.
All right. Okay. Kidron friend says facts or not. Georgia's tight ends combined for 150 yards. Is that just total or receiving? Because I know you like to run the tight end sweep.
They'll take Bowers on the sweep in the second.
Yeah, I'm sure he meant receiving. I'm gonna go no on this one, man. I think Auburn keys in on the tight ends. I picked less than 220 passing yards anyway. So 150 to the tight ends is a long day for Auburn. I'm not sure I see that happening. I think they're successful in getting a little pressure on Stetson Bennett and making him uncomfortable, but I could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because I just think Stetson Bennett is underrated on the move, man. Like, his game is underrated, and he's a good quarterback, and I like him, but I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say facts on this. I think that I just don't. I don't know a combination of DBs and linebackers that we have that will be able to make this not a factual statement with the absolute freak abilities of Bowers in Washington. I don't know what combination you throw out there that limits those guys to under 150 together.
You got to hit Stetson Bennett and keep him from throwing the ball.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's you have to stop him from throwing. That's it. Like, because if I don't know, yeah.
They finally got Darnell. I'm sorry, Caesar.
Oh, you good. Go ahead.
They finally got Darnell last week. I think 64 yards receiving. So they're progressing him along. I could see Bowers breaking off like a 70-yarder, and then they just kind of hit that for chunks.
What about the kid that transferred in from LSU
to Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric Gilbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't talk about.
Oh, okay.
Family business.
We don't talk about Bruno. Keep it rolling.
We'll ask you about that offline. Now, what I was going to say is something you mentioned, Paul, earlier, that you're still looking for that big play receiver. And I think in the meantime, you guys have been leaning on your dynamic tight ends in the meantime. So I think if that holds true and you don't find your breakout receiver this weekend, it'd be crazy if this is the weekend you find them. I'm looking to the tight ends to actually have a game to account for much of the passing yards in this game. So I'm going to go facts for sure. All right. Donnell says facts or not, Auburn converts 2 third downs in the fourth. Wow.
These questions about this anemic third quarter, freaking second half offense hurt.
Yeah, I hate that this is even a thing that we have to contemplate.
Like it gets deeper. Each question gets deeper. Yeah. The next one's like, do they even get to touch the ball in the fourth quarter? You know,
man.
Does Auburn cross midfield at all?
Yeah, our second half offense has been bad. Well, I'll tell you what, it wasn't bad. Scoring was bad last week in the second half, but they moved the ball. I mean, they had over 200 yards of offense in the second half last week. So I'm gonna go facts on this one. I think they can convert 2 third downs in the fourth quarter.
No.
Especially if they're getting blown out.
Oh yeah, I'll go facts. Georgia's second team, third team defense is a bend don't break.
Oh my God, Paul!
Paul,
don't lose this game. Don't lose this game. If you lose this game, if Georgia loses this game, I'm coming on your show.
If it's even close, I'm coming
on your show. You save a spot for me on the show.
Hey, you're welcome anytime, my boy.
I'm gonna skip my own show and come to your show to talk trash. I'm crashing the party.
Man, I say facts. Third team defense, give it a couple.
All right, cool.
The subliminals are just vicious from Paul. Man. Ben Bloodworth says facts or not, Auburn holds the lead at some point in this game.
Again, I could see that this could happen. Listen, the first 2 or 3 drives for Auburn have been pretty good. Yeah, they
start out well.
Yeah, if they get the ball first, it's not unheard of. They can march down the field and score a touchdown and then do absolutely nothing after that. So, I'll go facts on this one. It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. You know, do we get the ball first? I guess is the question.
Right.
If they get the ball first, then there's a better chance, obviously. But, I'm gonna go facts. I'm gonna go facts.
That's sunshine right there.
It is. Hey, LSU thought so too.
I mean, Missouri technically scored against Georgia first, so
definitely scored.
They held the lead for 3.5 quarters.
Paul, it's possible. I'm gonna go facts.
We beat that team.
Barely.
I'm gonna go nah on this one. I'm
gonna actually go facts on this one.
Nice.
7-3.
Okay. All right. Jazzy says facts or not, Georgia beats Auburn in basketball this year.
What?
Hell no.
That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah. All right. He's already moved on to basketball.
I know, right?
That's a different topic, I guess.
Did they fire Cream?
Yeah. Cream's like tweeting about Subway commercials and stuff like that. He's off
hilarious.
Yeah, long gone.
Yeah.
Facts or not, Auburn has a tight end receiving TD this week.
This is a great question. This is actually a pretty good question.
This is a good question.
I'm going to go now on this one because the newer offense facilitates fewer tight ends on the field. Although Robbie Ashford did a good job finding not only John Samuel Shanker, but Tyler Fromm on the move in this one.
Right.
In the red zone, I don't think so. I think now we start to see Camden Brown and we see Omari Kelly. We see these guys start to get 50-50 balls. If they get down into the red zone and you just let them go up and get it and see if your receivers will win. So Camden Brown high-pointed one. It wasn't as bad an overthrow as I thought it was in real time when I watched the replay on the touchdown that he caught. But prior to last week, Auburn had no TDs from any receiver. Tight end, I'm not sure, man. Shanker's not having the best season. I had high hopes for him, but he's going to be the one on the field the most. I'm gonna go nah on this one. I think it all goes to the receivers this week.
I'm gonna go nah here. All right.
This is tough because I can actually see this. I'm gonna say facts. Tight end gets a touchdown this week.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Nah, nope. Paul, just anything concerning Auburn scoring points for Paul is nah.
Look, man, the over-under is 49.5, spreads 30, man. It's going to be tough.
This is what – okay, now we see. You're betting your parlay. You're talking about what you put on your parlay.
That and the fact that I think the last time I saw in your chat, I'm not going to take his slide here. Last time Auburn scored more than 10 points in Athens was 2009. It's from Infinite Auburn Chase. So that's where I'm going off of too. History.
Yeah. Infinite Auburn is a degenerate as well. But
hey, my boy.
That is an accurate stat.
Facts or not, Auburn will score a defensive touchdown against
No, absolutely not. Not happening.
No, not the rate we've been getting turnovers. You don't think so? No. All right. Fine then. All right. Imani Smoot says, facts or not, Robbie will prove to be the best player on the team.
He had to take it up from the most explosive player to the best player on the field.
Let me tell you something. I think there's a chance that even on a loss, he could be the best player on the field for a game. Right? Like, I mean, for
a game, yes. He was the best player on the field against LSU. I don't see that happening against
LSU. I mean, you're talking about an elite athlete. Like, Robbie Ashford is an elite athlete. So, anytime you have a guy who is as athletic and improving, I think that he has a chance. But, Georgia has 5 million 5-stars on the other side of the field. So, who knows? But I'm going to say no on this one. But that's not because I don't have faith in Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, faith in Robbie has nothing to do with this. I think the answer to this is not, though.
I mean, I'm
first year quarterback.
I'm gonna say no. This is his second. This is his
third
start.
First
on the road.
Yeah.
Now I'm going but hey, Mike, did I not DM you and say when Robbie Ashford transferred in, I said, hey, he's the best quarterback on your roster. And I want to say you gave me some flack about that, and so Calzada.
Like, listen, we were all riding the Calzada train, and clearly there were some things going on there that came to light later that we can't even talk about now. But I
just felt like Zach Calzada was a better fit for the system that I thought we wanted to
run. And more. Again, you're talking about the game experience Calzada was bringing in as well, too. I just thought it would be tough. But as it turns out, as life sometimes throws us curveballs, right? They've had to switch this whole offense up after 3 games or 4 games. So
right here, I got the receipts. You want them?
No. We're good. Don't be showing people our DMs, Paul.
January 17th, I said, here's your starter next year. Kid is uber talented. Boom.
Yeah, I do and I've always liked Robbie Ashford. It's just, but my point about Robbie too was about the trends that this staff is showing as well too, and they seem to favor experience over talent. Right. And now that everybody's on the hot seat, now they're finally moving away from experience and getting into talent. Yeah,
Paul, this has been a really big time pivot for this coaching staff.
This is a huge pivot. Like all the 12 personnel they were running earlier in the season, they've abandoned it. Almost completely.
I think Harsin has to, right? Or he's going to get his job abandoned. I mean, it's
it's just not working.
You got to change it, or you're going to get left in the dust. It's one of the two. Right.
Yeah. It looked good Saturday, comparatively speaking, to the first 3 games. Yeah. So like I don't know, man. I just think this is a huge. I was hoping for this after they got ass blasted versus Penn State.
I don't even like that phrase on any.
They just got mopped versus Penn State.
That is crazy.
And then they came out versus Missouri and did the same stuff. That blew my mind. I was just like, that beating versus Penn State wasn't enough to change course. Now, everyone, again, we just don't have in run blocking was always going to be the question. Were they going to improve enough in run blocking to be able to run the offense through Tank? We know now the answer is no. None of these running back. You're not running this offense. You're running this offense through your athletic quarterback and his arm, and then you're picking your spots in the run game to keep, you got to keep Georgia off balance. You're not going to beat Georgia running the ball straight at them. You're just not. Right. They're going to
which is the same thing for Georgia. You're pretty much saying the same thing for Georgia. You're not going to beat them with your running backs. You're going to have to beat them with Stetson.
Yeah, for sure. So,
which is not something that anybody thought was going to be the case this year, much like Auburn.
Last one, guys. Erica Radney, appreciate you. Facts or not, Robbie has at least one rushing touchdown, QB keep touchdown against Georgia.
I'm going to go nah with this one. I think he does it with his arm. I don't think Georgia's going to let him in running, personally.
Yeah, I think they have a spy on him the entire
100%.
game. And the rushing yards that Robbie gets, I personally hope we don't see very many designed quarterback keeps in this game.
Facts.
I want to see Robbie get the ball out of his hands, and if he runs, it's a result of like a broken play and he just gets out of the pocket.
Right.
So I'm gonna go nah that he doesn't get a rushing touchdown on this one.
No.
Yeah. I don't think this is set up.
I'm gonna go nah unless you're talking about a QB sneak or some sort. But in that rate, I'm gonna go nah. I think we talked about how we
Robbie has been
he's
really
been
good on the
good at
quarterback sneak. The quarterback sneak has been really good. That's something that I've noted that we've not been good at previously. Robbie's really good at quarterback
Under center, and then he just finds
He
like
finds
2
it. He
yards on the
burrows.
sneak. Yeah.
He's like I don't know how many times I've seen a quarterback get 4 yards on a QB sneak, but Robbie found a way to do it. Like he just, I don't know, he's just good at it, man.
I think Georgia's given up one rushing touchdown all season, though. Just a heads up on that too. So.
All right, they're gonna give up another one today. This
There you
Saturday. I can't. I'm going facts here. I'm going facts. Y'all won me over. You're giving up the second one this Saturday, Paul.
There you go.
All right.
That's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah, sponsored by RogueShop.com. Visit RogueShop.com for all of your herbal supplement needs. And make sure to connect with us online at thewarreport.com for everything Auburn Sports related. You can catch us on social media. We are The War Report on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. TW Report on TikTok. Until the next time, and as always, it's War Eagle and War Report out.